FinTech is a term that's a contraction for financial technology.
So it becomes a question of, well, let's see what sort of deal.
Brexit, it could have an impact.
Well, it's more to do with access to talent.
Brexit means Brexit, and we're going to make a success of it. This might not look like your typical high street bank. It's called Open, and it's an online bank that lets you save and invest money all through your mobile device.
It changes your life because it takes out all the paper that the country is really happy with. Everybody uses paper here, and that results for you and I as a customer in nightmare processes. So you have to fill in the paper for everything if you want to change it. And that makes it just a hassle for you and me. We live on mobile devices, so why not our savings and investment accounts? You don't have to do that anymore because you can do it online. And you know all these procedures if you're going to move to another country? That always sucks because then they have to see if you're related to the US or Canada because that has tax implications. Because it's so connected to the back end, all automatic workflows will support it and will help you through that process. Our head office is in Amsterdam, we have offices in Barcelona, and we have an office here in the UK in Shoreditch. Brexit for us as a business, it could have an impact because we are quite international, and that would mean that we would have to get all visas for staff that move around offices for a couple of years. So it could mean a lot of administration for us as a company.
And what do you think is going to happen in 2 years' time?
Give me a glass ball and I'll tell you.
Financial technology, or FinTech as many call it, has generated more than 600,000 jobs in the UK, according to the City of London. It is worth more than £20 billion, which could be enough to pay the so-called divorce bill that the UK could pay for leaving the EU. But what really is FinTech, and how is it being adopted in the UK?
So FinTech is a term that's a contraction for financial technology. And that term, FinTech, has come to mean innovation in the financial services space. FinTech has been around for a very long time. However, in the most recent incarnation, it's taken on a life of its own because the technology has advanced in such a way that it opens up a lot of possibilities for, one, people and new companies to create innovation and new ways to bank in the financial services space. And it also has allowed the consumers with the smartphone to adopt a lot of those technologies.
How do we know whether or not this is something that has traction, that will actually prove itself out? So we thought, well, let's go and ask the consumers what they thought. In the UK specifically, we found 42% of the British population used two or more fintechs, which is well above the global average. So the UK fintech industry is thriving. We can easily call it a global lead, and that is, if the next question is why, it's a confluence of things. It's the talent pool, it's because we're a very good stopping point between continental Europe and the Americas, and the time zones work out. As you say, we've got the talent, we're English speaking. There's so many reasons.
So think about FinTech as a combination of creativity, money, and innovation, a sector where talent is key. The government has shown signs to attract more investment into Britain and share its regulatory expertise with other countries. So what does the City of London have planned?
How do you think that Brexit can or will affect the fintech sector?
Well, it's more to do with access to talent. So if you have Brexit and we can't get the talent that this city needs in order for the fintech sector to thrive, then that is an issue. But I think government are beginning to understand that the access to talent is a key thing. Hopefully what we would like in the city is a transition period as we decide on which direction we're going to go. If we need the talent, then we will do whatever it takes, or hopefully government will do what it takes.
Are there any sort of key measures that are on the table to be applied soon in order to bring that talent to...
The answer is no, I think it's too soon. I mean, I don't know what there are no key measures yet, but I'm sure government will do whatever they can to try and try and make sure we get that talent.
Canary Wharf is a major business district in East London. Many say that this might become a wasteland post-Brexit because the companies that do business here might want to do it elsewhere, like in Frankfurt or Paris. But could that really be the case? Generally speaking, fintech companies are looking for two things: flexibility and easiness of the policies that are applied here in the UK. And that's why I'm meeting up with Innovate Finance, an independent association that focuses on the regulation that is applied in the fintech sector.
One of the standout things for fintech, particularly in the UK, I think, has been their approach to regulating fintech, and that's been rooted around competition. So things like creation of the Innovation Hub at the FCA, the sandbox approach, or whether it's the bank startup unit. There's a whole host of initiatives designed to get more competition into retail financial services.
Some criticize the innovation that fintech companies bring could mean the end of the financial services as we know them. Earlier this year, Mark Carney, the governor of the Bank of England, has said that fintech could create a new systematic risk for the economy. So, talent and regulation aside, what are the risks associated with the fintech sector?
So in regards to what the Governor said, other areas of the bank are conducting further work on inclusion and widespread use of financial technology and how it could impact business models in the future. Currently, the bank is mainly focused on the implications of EU withdrawal for financial stability in the economy. So more recently, we did a report about financial stability. There are a range of possible outcomes for the UK's future relationship with the European Union.
So the consequences of Brexit are still unknown. However, the fintech sector hopes that the government will keep access to talent and regulation so that the industry continues to thrive when the UK leaves the European Union by 2019.